So someone reached out to me, and the person said he was a victim of a forex related scam, and he shared a story with me on how he got scammed and what he did after. So what really interested me was the way the scam happened and the actions he took, which I think everyone should be conscious about this. Not just in case you get scammed, because I mean we don't want that to happen. But if you know someone that has gotten scammed, you can buy yourself, investigate, or you can get more information or do something to at least maybe take down the website involved or whatever it may be. So I want you to listen carefully. Let me know what you think. Is there any red flags you could spot in the whole engagement? And yeah, I would love to hear from you. I have like questions
Sure.
because it's first of all, sorry about the incident.
Yeah.
I know it's a lot of money to have lost. Um, I just can't imagine. So I wanted to know. So how did you? I mean, how did it all start? How did you know about the investment?
Yeah.
Did you reach out to them or they reached out to you? So how did it all happen?
Um, if you want, I can also share my screen because still have some of those details. So
Yeah,
to
you
make
can.
make things easier for you. Um, so just to give you a bit of a context, I was looking for a second stream of income,
Income. Okay.
and had all these ideas in the head, and all of them required a lot of time. So I figured I'd try investment. So I talked to my wife. I was like, hey, give me $1,000. I want to see how far or what I can do with it, where I can invest with it and stuff like that. And yeah, so I decided to try Forex investment, and I got in touch with this group. So this group that I'm actually going to talk to you about is a legit group. The name is it's called Elevating Forex. So they send out the signals, 2 or 3 signals a day, and of course they have like between a 60 to 70% success rate, and that's
Yeah.
normal. That's about what it should be. So but I was at a point where I was, I guess, not able to get enter those signals on time on the broker because I'm working, I got kids, I just unable to make it. So I started looking for more signals so that I could catch up, I guess, so to speak,
Yeah.
or enter other signals. I don't have to always worry about missing those signals. So then I started looking on Telegram for trading signals, for other channels that would provide trading signals, and I came across a few of them. And so this one channel called the name is called Price Action Trader.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So let me share my screen with you now.
Okay.
So so this is the legit group I was talking about that I'm part of. So they send the signals. They have a proper group and stuff. They have
Okay.
um, what do you call the reviews on TripAdvisor, not TripAdvisor, sorry. The what's the other website? The website that has reviews. So it had pretty decent
Okay.
reviews. So then I went on search basically, and I started looking not on this channel, but let's go to this one for example. So I went to search and I started looking for forex signals. Sorry for the typos. And then you get all this, on the global search, you get all these little channels, right? So I started
Yeah.
looking at different channels and stuff, and I didn't think twice to, check their reviews if they were legitimate. I was like, hey, I got one or two, they seem legitimate. So I didn't look into all of them. So then I came
Okay.
across this one, which was called Price Action Trader. And one sec, this is the old one. The old one is called
Okay.
Bulls Trading Hub. So they changed their name now and they call Price Action Traders. So this is their actual channel, the public channel of where they post stuff. So I'll show you what I was looking at. So they post signals too, right?
Okay.
And the signals are legit, but I think they copy and pasted from some of the other
Yeah.
channels
Channels.
which are more legit. So they copy paste because that's how they get your trust. So I stayed on this channel for about, I guess, 4 weeks, and I wasn't really doing well on the other channel, because I wasn't catching signals on time. I was having some losses, and I was just getting anxious, and I didn't want to lose all of that. And then, so every night they would post this, 3-day plan, invest 300, you get 3,200 back. Yeah, you're laughing, but I was desperate, and I was looking at it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is cool because I already talked to him a little bit, and I can send you all the chat stuff as well,
Okay.
for you to review. So I have all the history before he deleted everything. So I talked to him. He seemed kind of legit, but I was so tunnel visioned. I was so focused that I wasn't thinking outside the box. I wasn't doing any research outside the box. I was just I looked for them online. I didn't. Nothing came up, and it still didn't bring any red flags up to me. So I decided, hey, you know what? I'll try it. So yeah, after 1 month of just observing this group, and it would be like this every day, right? So they would send out signals in the morning, and then at night they would send this investment plan, and they would say, hey, look, there's other people investing with me. There's all the payouts we would give them. So look, this successfully paid 3,000, um,
Yeah.
and so I was like, hey, this looks cool. This is interesting. This might be legit. So I was like, I'll just try with a small amount. So yeah, so November 1st, I gave him, this is after 1 month, right, of
Yeah.
observing them. November 1st, I gave him $450. And yeah, so he signed me up. He said, hey, you got to sign up on this website, which was called um, tradefanaticsfx.com.
Okay.
Um, and they had two of them, and the other one is called froglogin.live. So I signed up on that, and I saw my investment in there, and I was like, that's fishy. How did he manage to do that? I didn't think twice of it, and I was just, hey, cool. So then every night I would get these emails from them saying, hey, we deposited this much profits to your account. Your account has been growing. And then, of course, after 3 days, they're like, hey, now you can withdraw your money. So I
Yeah.
put in a withdrawal request, and lo and behold, they started asking for money. Again, I was in denial. I was like, hey, this can't be a scam. Maybe this is a one-time thing. So I
Yeah.
paid them, but I didn't pay them the whole thing. So they asked me for 3,200 or something euros. And I was like, hey, I cannot pay all of this. This is too much. So like, pay whatever you can. So I was like, okay, I'm going to pay less than half. I'm like, so I
Okay.
paid them $800 um, on top of the 450 that I invested. And then a week later, they're like, you got to pay this 10% of 10% now. And they did mention this 10% over here. So I'll show you that as well. So this was the only fee that they mentioned. So yeah, um, I was like, hey, that's fine. That was upfront. I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
But when I talked to the manager, they're like, they have, I don't know how many people operating behind the scenes. I think there are at least two people, but I'm not sure. Um, he said, yeah, you have to pay this 10% now, and others we cannot give it to you. And
Yeah.
this is where I kept fighting with him or kept arguing with him. I'm like, this is not right. You said 10% that you're going to give it. I have to pay the 10% afterwards, and this makes no sense. Other banks and institutions don't do this. They take the withdrawal fee or the 10% commission or whatever from the profits and then give me the profits, right? I mean, this is how all
Yeah.
legit companies would do it. And yeah, so then I was like, hey, so eventually I gave in and I paid the 10%, which was not the whole 10%, luckily. It was just half of the 10%. And then 2 or 3 days later, they asked me for another one-time refundable fee. And I'm like, fuck that. This is a scam. I'm like, and then I felt so fucking ashamed. And I was just, my stomach was in a complete knot. And I was like, oh, fuck, what did I just do?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I kept, talking to them. And until all this time, they didn't like block me or they didn't delete me or anything. And they just, kept seeing if they could get that money from me, and I kept seeing if I could get the money back. So I kept arguing with them,
Yeah.
kept arguing with them, kept arguing with them, and then eventually I was like, this is not working. So what I did, I sent them a fake screenshot of the money of the uh, of the refundable fee that
Like,
they asked for,
mm,
and I said, hey. So they also asked for the transaction ID, right? So inside the
yeah.
transaction ID, I put in a Grabify link that would tell
Grabify
me
link.
where
Okay.
that would tell me where their IP address was from. Because initially, when he told me everything, he said, I'm from Tennessee. I'm from United States, Tennessee, and my name is James," and so on. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay. And I didn't think twice to look into it. I looked at the website; it had a legitimate address to it, and I'll get back and I'll get to that address also. So yeah, then I found out from the Grabify link that he was in Nigeria and Laos, and I was like, oh, fuck me. This is, yeah, I just fucking completely messed up. Yeah, so the next day I told my wife, I told my colleagues at work because I was completely depressed. My work was,
Yeah.
it had affected my work and everything. So yeah, it felt pretty shitty, pretty bad. And I wanted to use that money to invest. And, we're not exactly doing well either. Um,
Yeah.
so, the money I wanted to invest was for the kids so that, they would not have to be in this situation that we are. But that
Yeah.
asshole just put me in a bigger hole than I was already in. So yeah, it's fucked up. Um, so then I started doing more detective work. I looked into the website. He made me sign up. There was an address on the website. I googled the website, the address on the website, and it led to a vacant lot in North Carolina. And I just look at myself and I'm like, why didn't I just do all of this earlier?
Yeah, I think most times, um, people like once you see what you're supposed to get, most times people always just take actions quickly without
Exactly.
like
Yeah,
yeah, doing yeah,
that's
it
what happened.
happens. Yeah, it happens most times. You just before you know it, it's when it's happened like this that you now start reviewing and you ask yourself, why did you make these decisions without even doing some checks? Because I know some checks would have given you an idea of this platform being
Yeah.
fraudulent. So I, based on the links you shared with me, let me just share my screen a bit.
Yeah.
um let me see. Yeah. So based on the links me, okay. So I first of all, usually before, if I want to investigate any website or if I'm not sure about a website, I just go to Virus Total. Like Virus Total, I don't know if you know about the website, but
No.
is usually for you can use it to scan any website to see if it's a phishing website or a malicious website, if it has malware or anything like that.
Okay.
Or you can even scan a file. Let's say you have a file that's you think could be malicious. You
Hmm.
could also just upload the file here and search. So this is like an anti-malware platform or engine. So sometimes you could search a malicious website and it will tell you that it's not malicious, but it could still be malicious. So it's not always 100%, but most of the times it gives you some idea. So I had to search for the first one. I think you said it.
Yeah. So that website no longer exists. I found out who the hosting provider was, and
Yeah.
I sent them an email,
Okay.
and I
Email.
told,
Okay.
and yeah, they took it down within half an hour of my email. But the other
Okay.
website is still active. Where is this email? Let me 1 second. Okay, here we go. Sec. I'll put this in the chat for you.
Okay.
So these were the two logins, two sites he shared with me, and I'm still talking to him using another account. I'm still trying
Okay.
to. It's not a good idea, but I'm still pissed with him.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get my money back, I know, but I want to find out all the details from him, like what websites he's using, what cryptocurrency
Yeah.
accounts he's using and stuff like that. So I'm trying to find that out right now. And I found out quite a bit from him yesterday. So Trade Fanatic FX is still active. I found
Mm-hmm.
out that it's hosted by Cloudflare, and the content is on Hostinger. I haven't emailed them yet
Okay.
because I don't know. I'm hoping that like someone like you would be
Yeah.
able to scam bait him or something. I don't know what the plan is, but so I kept it active
Yeah.
for now. And also his
Okay.
IP address is on Starlink, so I haven't taken
Okay.
that down yet. I haven't emailed Starlink yet to tell them to deactivate that. So those two I kept
Yeah.
active for now. Um, I can show you what I did since I got scammed if you're interested.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, definitely, I would love to see that. So I was just wanted to show
Yeah.
you this. Yeah. So just I mean, searching the URL or the website, you could see that it was picked up by two security vendors here as malicious and suspicious.
Okay.
So maybe someone else or some community members on this platform must have reported the site, or there's something they've checked on the site and they've seen that it's malicious, and that's why you can see here that it's flagged it.
Yeah.
But when I put in the second one, which is still active, it didn't really find anything. So it
Mm,
said there's no, yeah. So if you see, it's not really picking up anything. But
yeah.
when I decided to visit the website, I had to do this um, on my virtual machine in the first place, just to make sure that the site was not dropping any malicious file or anything.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, before opening it on my normal computer. So on visiting the website, I assume this is the site, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I went through just the homepage, and I see that this is just a website someone quickly just crafted for as a funnel to scam people. Like, it's just looking at it though. I tried opening the privacy policy. Yeah, I saw
Mm.
privacy policy.
It's
Um,
not. It's all dead
then
links. Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, exactly. So when I opened this about us, the about us was, I mean, if a company or a brand is saying about themselves, they should give more information about themselves, who they are, where they are.
Yeah.
But this one just said, "Welcome to," and then
Yeah.
there's a comma, which does not even make sense for a professional stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah,
See.
that was just all. There was no name, no nothing
Yeah.
leading back to them. So I said, okay, after reading what they were all about, I said, let me click on get started to register.
Hmm.
And I put in, this was I think I just mail, but this is
Mm.
definitely not my email. So I put that in, and then I selected a random country. um let me just change. Let me just put this. Okay.
Yeah.
So
It's so foolish now. And being in
no,
IT, these are all flags I should have seen easily.
yeah.
It's
It's
yeah,
fine.
just
Like
completely
it
a shame.
happened. Yeah, it happened. So yeah, so I put in, so apparently like that I've registered and it's telling me to sign in.
Yeah.
So usually if you register on a legitimate platform, it should send you an email to, did they send you an email to verify your email before
Let me
signing in?
see. I don't think so, but let me double check.
Yeah, because
I
this
think I
one,
sent you all the emails I got from it, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't think I got that.
because this one just allowed me to sort of sign in, although now I'm not seeing anything in the dashboard. I don't know why, but it allowed me to sign in. What if the email I'm using is
No.
not my email? It shouldn't allow me to sign in without
Mm,
having verified. Yeah, clicking on activation or verification link, which they also have sent to my email, but
yeah.
they allowed me sign in. So I don't know if that
The
was the case for you.
the other one, the frog
Yeah, from
frogloin dot
live.
live,
Yeah.
it did send me an email to verify my email.
Okay.
So let me send this to you. So you have a screenshot of it too. So you can see it in the chat. So they sent that email to verify. And I didn't think twice of it. I was looking at this on my cell phone, and yeah, I should do this on my desktop next time, so I have better view of it too. But yeah, it's yeah. So then let me share my screen again, if you don't mind.
Okay. Yeah.
If
Sure.
unless you have anything else to share.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead. You can share your screen. Yeah.
So yeah, so this was the first email they sent after you signed up, where they say, hey, they sent you sent you this nice email saying, hey, this much money has been
Oh.
added to your fucking account. Yeah, so they did this every night for like 3 nights, and yeah, then afterwards they like so these were the account top up. So then you'd get this email called termination of trade. Yeah, writing to inform you your trade period platform is officially over. You can withdraw your stuff. There's no mention of, hey, you got to pay fees or whatever. It's nothing, right?
Yeah.
So then I contact him. They're like, hey, I'm ready to withdraw. And then I get this email.
How did you contact him?
On Telegram.
Telegram. Okay.
Yeah, I think I sent you those addresses on Telegram. So yeah, this is what it was then. This is when they started asking for money. So there was a 5% monthly brokerage fee. It still didn't bring any red flags to me. 5% monthly cost of transfer. Who charges all of this now that I think about this? And then, yeah, so this was the amount that I had to pay upfront. And yeah, they give you the Bitcoin address. And I look at this email; it's not even properly formatted. Nothing about it. And it still didn't strike. Didn't bring up a red flag. I was just I just wanted the money. So then, yeah, I did not send him all of this. Of course, I only sent him 800, and of course, he would only release 800, release as much as I paid for. So he would say that I think that was like little less than half. I think the next one after the withdrawal update was approval for withdrawal. Yeah, this is where they said you have to pay the 10% commission fee for assisting with you, which is fine. This is where I started, arguing with them. I'm like, hey, you said 10% and this would be already paid, taken away from my profits, right? Then finally I gave in and I paid that, which was about 1,000. And then I got this one last email from them, which was a security check email, where they asked for more money for one-time refundable fee of 3,045. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And I'm like, oh yeah. This is when it actually hit me. I'm like, yeah, this was a scam. So then I started, like I said, doing more detective work. And then at this point I was pissed. So I got his IP address. I figured out where's my notepad. So this is what I did since then. I filed in a complaint with IC3, with FTC, SEC, my local police over here in Germany, in Kaiserslautern, the Special Fraud Unit in Nigeria, EFCC, Nigeria, Interpol. I wrote to all of them, and there was a Nigerian scam website that tells your scams. So I put in a letter over there. I wrote to Up Council and Hacker List just to see if anyone would help me with that, but I didn't get any response yet. I wrote to Name Silo, which is where Frontier was actually registered. They took it down within 5 minutes. The other one is still up. I didn't email them yet. I'm still, waiting for other YouTubers to maybe scam bait them or whatever. I don't know if that will. Yeah. So these 3 are still active on the Trade Fanatics. I complained to Telegram. I found out that their Bitcoin address was on Trust Wallet. I emailed Trust Wallet. I emailed Cybera, which does this cyber crimes detection with China analysis.
China analysis, yeah.
So then I set up a crowdfunding. but I haven't shared it because I'm so ashamed. But I did share it with one or two
Yeah.
people. But yeah, if you're willing to share it on your channel, I'll send you the link.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Um, so then I wrote to Scam Advisor, which I did today. Bybit and Coinbase were the platforms I used for sending them cash. They were not helpful. They're like, hey, once it's gone, it's gone. They can't do anything. So yeah, that's gone. And these were all the YouTubers
Yeah.
I wrote
Scam bit.
to.
Yeah.
Gamma Payback, Kitfoga, Rosie. So you see the whole
Yeah.
list over here. They all,
Wow.
and then you were there. Then you finally came up yesterday, I think, or the day before. And I was like, hey, why not?
Yeah.
I'll just email you as well, see what happens. So I got a reply from only two of you of all
Yeah.
this list. Yes. And now, like, hey, whoever replies, replies, good for them.
Yeah.
I'd be happy with whatever help I get. So, yeah, this is all that I did in the last week since I figured out I got scammed.
Wow. So you've really done a lot in terms of, I mean, at the aftermath of the scam, because here I can see you're really taking the right actions. And that is, I think most people that get scammed don't usually know what to do in the aftermath. They don't know the steps to take. And yeah, in most cases, you might find it difficult to recover your money because again in this case they're not using a wire. It was the whole transaction didn't happen via a wire transfer. It happened via crypto
Yeah.
transaction, which is always untraceable, or in most cases untraceable. That's why even when you read out to the wallet, that's Bybit and others, they said they can't do anything.
Yeah.
Yes. So but these right steps you took is first of all documenting. I always tell people when you get scammed, you make sure you document as possible. So get the screenshots of the chat you had with the person, the links, whatever it is. Just have everything. Then reports to the authority, like your maybe your local police. For in Nigeria here, it's maybe not so helpful. Except you, I don't know how people usually do it here, but it's I don't want to say it's counterproductive compared to other countries where maybe you could report to the police and yeah, they could immediately take it to the cyber unit and then start investigating, um, which is a good step on your end. And then also you did some. I didn't know you could use the Grabify, which I'm surprised. I'm surprised whoever was pulling this off isn't using a VPN, which I always wonder, like if they are pulling off these scams, why are they not smart enough to use VPNs to
Yeah.
mark their IPs, or even if you send me a Grabify link, I I know this is a Grabify link. I know this is a link that is supposed to, but it looks like those guys are just maybe they are not even so smart. They're just scamming people just to get their money. But yeah, I think you've taken the right steps so far. And again, to take down their website, I think I did a video on how to take down malicious websites or scam websites where you first of all report to Google and then you report to you check their hosting and then you report to the abuse. I think it's abuse
Yeah.
at yeah, the hosting. Yeah. So once you report and then you send them all the necessary proof, they would investigate. And then if it's legitimate, they would surely take down the website. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes it takes a while because them also they have to investigate. They wouldn't just take down the website. So yeah, I wanted to. I don't know if I saw that you mentioned Scam Advisor, but I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you got to the point of reporting the um, the crypto address on Scam Advisor. So let me
I
share my.
did I
You
did that on
did
the next page. Yeah.
okay.
I so when I put in a review on Scam Advisor, they asked me if you wanted to report this to the local authorities. So I said yes. And then on the next page, they asked me to give more details and also all the transaction IDs and stuff. So I did that.
Okay. Okay. So
What I also found out was there is a website that or maybe it's just a transaction website. Anyways, so the transaction, you can actually put in the Bitcoin address and you can see how much money is going into that address and coming out of that address too. So I put in that Bitcoin address on one of the transaction monitoring websites, and it showed that he got about 4,000 so far on that on just a Bitcoin account. He also has a
Wow.
USDT account. I tried to bait him yesterday to see if he would sign up on Kraken. So I was like, I have 50,000 to invest with you, but it will only send if you're on Kraken. So I'm waiting for him
Yeah.
to see if he will do that, because Kraken, you cannot sign up without verifying yourself.
Yeah.
On Trust Wallet, anyone can create an account and you don't have to verify yourself, which is kind of shitty, but I guess that's why they've been using that.
Yeah, yeah. I think in most cases, some of these platforms don't require verification because the idea of using those platforms is for anonymity, for you to just use the platform without someone tracing you and all. So yeah, I think that was the case. So okay, hold on. There was a part where I saw.
Yeah, so you put in the website over here and you say report a scam.
Yeah. So I assume you've gone through that.
Yeah, I
Okay.
just did that like what was it, half an hour ago, just before our call
Okay.
actually.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and I had to just verify my email too. But yeah, I'm contemplating emailing their service provider to take it down, and I'll keep baiting him. I'll be like, hey, your website is no longer working now. Can you send
Yeah.
me, login address again? So as long as he keeps doing it, I want to keep putting it down. But I also want to give one of you guys a chance to, reach out to him
Yeah.
or something. But so I don't know how long that's going to take, because in the meanwhile, I don't want him scamming other people either.
Yeah. So I think this is good because you're coming here to share your experience, and I'm sure anyone that would watch this would also be aware of so what would you say now that this has happened, what would you say were the red flags that you should have looked closely at?
Well, the biggest red flag was there was no contact details from him. He only gave his name and where he resided. That was the biggest red flag that I did not look into. I did not. I should have asked him more questions. Hey, can you give me a telephone number? Can you have a phone call? Can we
Yeah.
have some kind of conversation to know who I'm talking to? That you're actually in where you are. And then the next thing is that I should have asked for his website up front and did more research on that website, because that website
Yeah.
had an address which was obviously fake. I could have looked up that address and
Yeah.
seen where that seen that on Google Maps if that's an actual company or not.
Yeah.
Lastly, when he gave me that Bitcoin address, I could have looked it up online to see where how much transactions that thing was having. So I could have uh, just I guess would have given me an idea of what kind of address I was dealing with. Um, I
Yeah.
think those were the biggest things I could have looked at. Um, yeah. And
Okay.
now if I look back at it, there are so many of these on Telegram, so many of them,
Yes.
not
Yeah,
just
there are
from
lots.
Nigeria, but also in India and Southeast Asia. And
Yes.
all have the same template, all have the same playbook. It's just they're like, hey, invest with us. It's either investing with us or give us your account details so we can manage your account for you. And I'm like, there are
Yeah.
people actually doing that. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Um,
so yeah. So yeah, I think there are a lot of, if you go to Telegram, you'll see a lot of these things happening there. And usually people already know Telegram as a zone for all these scams. Like once
yeah,
you hear any sort of business, any sort of thing happening over Telegram, it's definitely something to be worried about, because one, Telegram is a platform where anyone could register and then become anonymous. So you wouldn't even know the person you're
yeah,
speaking with or chatting with over there in Telegram. And yeah, so the platform has a way of keeping things and people anonymous. So yeah, I think so you've really taken the right steps towards reporting and the way you've handled it so far?
So I guess I'm more on the latter side where I feel like, people look at you and be like, hey, that guy got scammed. What a,
Yeah,
this,
I mean, yeah,
it's
anyone could get scammed. Even though I am in cybersecurity field. I've seen those in cybersecurity field that's maybe got hacked. Sometimes you say, "Oh, because I'm in cybersecurity, I cannot get hacked because I mean, this is my field, this is my path.
yeah,
I shouldn't get hacked. I shouldn't get scammed." But it's not the case. Sometimes we get hacked, and we even cybersecurity companies get hacked, and they'll tell you we got hacked. So I mean, it's really nothing. It's just a learning curve. It's just to say that we are all vulnerable to these things, and that's why we need to learn
yeah,
from it. So I don't really think it's something to. Yeah, it's happened. It's happened. I think it took a lot of guts to come out and then let people know that this you got scammed, at least just to create awareness for so many other people that might almost be victims of this same incident. So please, if you want to support him, you can use the link in the I will put in the comments for GoFundMe, and yeah. So if you want to support him, please go ahead and support him for the money that has been lost. So that's the entire incident. That's what happened. I think what is important is that he took good steps after the incident, which is, first of all, like I always tell people, if you get scammed or if anything happens, always keep record. Don't just dispose records. Don't delete chats. Um, don't just delete chats. Don't take any ridiculous actions. And then you need to know the steps for maybe reporting accounts, the steps for doing your own little investigations. But in everything you do, you need to be passive. You don't want to be engaging with the scammer directly or telling the scammer, "Oh, I know you're a scammer and I'm tracing you," and all those stuff. So you don't want to do that. So yeah, it's a sad occurrence. I mean, the amount of money that he lost is not small, and I just hope whatever funding he could get would at least meet up to what he lost. And I hope some of us have learned from this particular incident, and that this would not happen to any of us or someone close to us, because we are now aware of things like this. So when you want to, if you're interested in getting into Forex, make sure you're investigating everything, you're researching everything. If there's a website, you research the website, use Virus Total, use Scam Advisor. So um, check different websites to see if that platform is legitimate. Open the website, check the about page, check contact us. Is there a face to this? Can you place a face to this company? You research more about the company, research more about their names. Again, if anything is happening on Telegram, Telegram is a platform known for scams, or where scammers hide the most. So if someone is telling you to do something and then they are engaging with you on Telegram, then that's like a big red flag on its own. So you need to be cautious about that. Um, so also, you can, if you get scammed or if you know someone that has gotten scammed, you can always report the website to platforms like Scam Advisor. You can visit sccybersafe.com and report the scam, like my platform. But Scam Advisor is still one of the best out there. It enables you to report the website and give details about the scam, and then they can help you to blacklist the website. You could also take actions such as reporting to the website hosting for them to take down the website. So I already did a video on how to take down a scam website in less than 48 hours, and it works. So it's a proof. What he just told you is a proof that you can actually report a scam website and get it taken down. So the hosting platform would not want to tarnish their image, so they would first of all investigate. So if you tell them that, oh, you got scammed and you've shared proof, they would investigate to see if their website is being used or their platform is being used for something malicious. And if it is, then they're definitely going to take down the website or the platform. So yeah, that is another action you should take, while also reporting to your local authority. If you have a police, if you have financial people that are in charge of fraud. You can also report to them, share with them all the screenshots, all the necessary things that they need to kick off the investigation. Yeah, so um, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to support him however you can. The this GoFundMe link will be there for a limited period because I wouldn't want it to be there forever. So it's not like a forever thing. So it's just for a period. So I'll leave it there for a duration of time and then take off the GoFundMe link. So just support him, and I hope he can recover from such incidents. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I've missed you guys a lot. I know it's been a while since I uploaded anything, but I've just been life has been so busy. I moved to a new place and I'm trying to set up. So over the last 4 or 5 months have been quite very busy. But yeah, thank you guys for always supporting. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, and all. You guys have been very amazing. And I've seen people that have subscribed because they almost fell for a scam, and then one of my videos that they watched helped them. So yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Hopefully I sort myself out, and yeah, I don't know, I have a match. I don't know, I have this match. You can't scam me. I think it might be showing upside, it might be showing inverted. You can't scam me today. Check my calendar. So you can, if you want this match, if you want it, you can, anywhere you are across the country or around the world, you can get this merch. I think I'm using Teespring and I'm using some of these other merch handling platforms to handle it. So they're the ones that will do the printing and delivery and every other thing. All you need to do is just to place your order, and then you would get the merch. So if you're in Nigeria and you also like it, or you like something like this, then definitely we can also get it across to you. So yeah, thank you everyone, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.